What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 people who destroyed the iPhone X. Now the iPhone X is without a doubt one of the most expensive and current pieces of technology that's been released probably in the last couple years or so. Many people have taken it upon themselves to not only test how fast it is or all the new features, but also how durable and easy it is to break. Anyways, if you want a free iPhone X, make sure to leave a like on the video right now. If we get exactly 7,390 likes on this video, there's a pretty solid chance one magically appears in your mailbox, but with that said, let's get right into it. Number 5. Everyone wants to know that their devices are going to last a long time, and that's even more true when you paid around $1,000 to $1,200 for something like the iPhone X. With that said, the most people's phones usually have to deal with is falling out of like someone's pocket or being dropped in the toilet, so a test like this seems just a little bit extreme. I've got to admit though, it's still pretty awesome to see these guys drop a brand new iPhone from 1,000 feet in the air, even if I've got no idea who would need their device to have that kind of crazy durability. Anyway, they attached the phone to a drone and flew it 1,000 feet up in the air, and then you guessed it, they just let it drop. Amazingly, even though the back was smashed into a ton of tiny little pieces, most of the phone was still working. In fact, the camera was even still recording after it hit the floor. So yeah, I guess if you're ever allowed to open airplane windows, or if you're at the top of the Empire State Building, you may have a chance to not totally destroy everything if you drop it.
We love putting your favorite smartphones to extreme tests to see how durable they really are. And this test is our favorite because if your phone can handle this, it can handle anything.
3, 2, 1, let it drop. The camera is still working.
Amazing.
The phone is still recording.
Ooh, the back doesn't look so good though.
The back, let's check the back. Whoa!
Number 4. So it really seems like half the people who queued up to buy the new iPhone were just planning on destroying it straight away, because this is another guy who thought he needed to do some kind of crazy test on it to prove it was worth the money. This time though, he didn't drop it from super high up, because he decided a better test would be to throw it into a huge fire. Like seriously, he put the phone on a bed of over 10,000 matches, and then he just set the whole thing on fire. Now if you're thinking that there's absolutely no way the phone could have survived, well, you're pretty much right, because it definitely didn't. By the time he was done with it, it had literally fallen apart, and it was basically just a little pile of burnt glass and plastic. I mean, I don't know who was thinking that the new iPhone was fireproof, but just in case anybody was, this video proves that that's totally not the case. I mean, sorry, I guess. Number 3. It turns out it's not just huge YouTube channels who are doing crazy things to their iPhones. There's actually a lot of other people who just want to try the durability test for themselves. Like these guys just look like they're messing around, and they don't drop the phone from any higher than their heads, but by the end it looks pretty much the same as the phone dropped from 1,000 feet. So basically the first time he drops it, nothing happens, so he gives up on dropping it and starts throwing it up in the air instead. Now I don't think anyone is that stupid enough to think that's a good idea, so he was obviously trying to destroy it, and after a while it worked. Like he managed to break the glass on the back so much that he could literally peel it off, although why that was a good thing, I have absolutely no idea.
丑一，这个是侧边摔，3、2、1。好，我们来看一下这样子，我看一下哦，破对不对？我试一下。我们看一下内部零件构造，因为这个是，我们顺便来解剖一下，它到底
全台湾第一拆。
好，无线充电被拔掉了。喂
，Number 2. Now this is another one where I really hope the guy didn't actually want to keep the phone, because there's no way he could use it in the condition it ended up in. I mean, he wasn't even dropping it from his head, like it couldn't have been more than 3 feet off the ground, but he still managed to break the phone completely. I mean, he didn't even just smash up the back, he broke the screen too, and that was just by dropping it onto stone from a pretty small height. Honestly though, I think it's because he tried dropping it onto every side, and when he dropped it onto its top, it bounced over and over again. The screen itself took a few pretty direct hits, and when he finally picked it back up, there was some fairly bad strobing all over one side. Not just that, but half the screen stopped working too, so if he tries to use the phone, it's safe to say he won't be checking his messages much. Okay, here's your honorable mention. So this guy had the iPhones he used donated to him, so thankfully he didn't have to pay for them, but I bet it still felt weird to destroy $2,000 worth of tech in one go, especially in such a brutal way. I mean, this guy didn't just drop or burn a phone, he actually tossed it into an industrial shredder, and not just that, but he actually did it twice. Now don't get me wrong, it's absolutely awesome to watch, but I'm still wondering if those few seconds of destruction were, well, worth it. Anyway, with the first phone he just dropped in, it was gone within seconds. Like you could even hear the crunching of the glass as the bits left over came back around. The second time though, he actually made sure the phone was playing an alarm at top volume, just so you could hear the sound cut out instantly when the speakers were crushed into a million tiny pieces. Pretty cool, right? Number 1. Now I've got to be honest with you, if you've watched the YouTube channel Tech Racks before, then you know there's absolutely no limit when it comes to destroying expensive tech. I mean, I don't think this iPhone X ever stood much of a chance, but it actually put up a pretty good fight. So it's cool to watch, even though I definitely don't recommend you try this out for yourself. I mean, he literally stabbed the back over and over with the point of a knife, and even when he used all of his strength, the glass didn't even chip. He even went on to say that every other iPhone had broken as soon as he used that test, so I think it's a fairly impressive result. The thing is, well, the front apparently isn't as strong as the back, and as soon as he started using a hammer on it, the game was pretty much over. Like, it only took 2 hits to crack the front screen, and after that the glass smashed pretty quick. Even though it did keep lighting up until the very end, which is kinda cool when you think about it.
This is it, guys, 3-pound hammer. First of all, we're gonna drop it from a few inches above in 3, 2, 1. We're good. Again. We're good, and again. We're good. What? Guys, it's cracked. Now that's a real spider right there. Really, really weak. Look at that. Stuff is cracking right away.
And there's a video on the top 5 people who destroyed the iPhone X. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your Extremely Handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.